These Somali refugees have just been through hell to arrive here at Camp Haraz, 150 kilometers away from the nearest town. At home, the conflict is intensifying, forcing them to flee by sea. The patrol cars of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees finds dozens, sometimes hundreds of them each week along the coasts of Yemen. For the past 2 years, the number of Somali crossing the Gulf of Aden to reach Yemen has been growing. This year alone, 28,000 Somali crossed. Once they reach Yemen, they are registered as refugees.
The recently arrived people, they escape also the war, but most of them are singles. And singles, they don't want to stay. They came with the aim to either to move to the Gulf areas or to work. Then in this isolated camp, no many opportunities for work. Single males or females, what they will do? Then usually they move.
Some of the refugees call this camp hell. It suffers from a drastic shortage of means.
We can't go back to our country and we can't live here. UNHCR is not able to cover the needs of the refugee because every person living in the camp does not get any food, any medicine from the hospital, any education from the schools.
With a population of 10,000, this camp has become a town of its own. A city made of concrete housing and tents where men, women and children often have to fend for themselves. Their exodus began 16 years ago when civil war broke out back in Somalia. Some of them have chosen to make the camp their permanent home. Anisa arrived 12 years ago and recently she began taking care of disabled children in Haraz.
Assalamu alaikum.
How is everyone doing? Got everything you need? How is the little one doing? Has she been eating okay? This is Kafia. She is blind, deaf, and she cannot walk. Her name is Kafia.
Kafia's case is a dramatic one amongst many others. There are numerous problems at the camp. Many have been left traumatized by the journey they undertook. Others find it difficult to adapt to life in Haraz. Some of these children were born here. The camp is the only reality they know. They have never left it since they were born. The European Union has pledged 800,000 euros towards new housing, a temporary respite while the camp's population continues to grow.